This is Phase Music.
What's up, people? Gun the Hookah here. You know I got the gun today. Ruger Red Hawk Alaskan 454 Casull. And of course, the hookah. Today's video is going to be a throwback. This was actually done last year. This is my 5 shins of firearms education. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you learn something. But anyway, check it out. Boy, Gun the Hookah here. You know I got to start off with a gun. Magnum Research Lone Eagle. And of course, the hookah. Today I'm going to talk about the shins of firearms ownership. Yep, the shins of firearm ownership. Before I do that, we'll go over this little weirdo shit I got here. This right here, once again, is the Magnum Research Lone Eagle, chambered in 30-06. It's a single shot, cannon breech action. You load it in the back, twist. You have your lever right here on the side. Cock it. Of course, obviously, you're going to take the safety off, or you can do the safety off first, and then squeeze. That's it. Got a burst scope on there. They don't make these anymore, so they're really relatively rare now. So this one doesn't come out the safe too often because parts are very difficult to find for this thing. They're out there, but I do some digging. But I may take this out to maybe hunt something with it, who knows. But these were made for like hunting pistol. They also used for competitions back in the 90s, I want to think. And they discontinued them back then. So if you find them, there's a few out there circulating. So if you want a cool looking gun, pretty good shoot, I'd recommend one of these. They have them chambered in 30-06, as that one is, 308. They have one in 7.6239. They have one in 44 Magnum. They even have one in 444 Marlin. Now that's a monster. If I find one of those out there circulating, I'll definitely try to grab that, because it's just a unique piece and it's a fun shoot. But anyway, let me take this hookah real quick. Now the shins of firearms ownership. In a few classes, and I kind of broke it down as well, the shins. The first shin, obviously, I'll just break them down really quick. There's protection, collection, competition, conservation, recreation, right? Broke it down pretty much 5 categories. They can fall under the umbrella of education. This is what I'm doing now. Gotta break them down. First one, stating the obvious, protection. You know, you want to protect your home, protect your family and property. As you can tell, 2020 has been one heck of a year with a pandemic and a lot of social uprising and everything else going on. People are looking to protect themselves, and one of the most, if not the most useful tool to use is a firearm. So protection is very self-explanatory. Collection. As you see, I got a few pieces back there, just a few. I got a significant amount. A lot more. Let's start. We try to use big words. I have relatively a lot more back there. Just a few that I have behind me. But collection is self-explanatory. You just collect firearms. You like unique pieces, as I just showed you, or you just like a series of ARs, different calibers, AKs, different calibers. If you have a significant amount or a variety of firearms, that's a collector. There's also official collectors. For instance, the state I live in, I'm a state recognized collector of firearms, as well as a federal collector with my Type 03 FFL, which is for curio and relics. That's the old school, mill serps, anything that's about 50 years old or older would fall under what they would classify as curio and relics. And I also have that, which is a Type 03 FFL. Relatively easy to get. It's really cheap, about $30 every 3 years. And yep, the government, big bad government, whoever want to call it that, the government has nine. Now, if you buy them privately, like a regular citizen, you're good to go, whatever. But when you buy them using your FFL, you have to log it. You have to have a log book, and so the ATF can do they can do audits, and those that you buy through via your FFL, via your license, they will they have to inspect you of your bound book and the whole 9 yards. What makes that a good thing to have for those mil-cert people who like those old school firearms, as myself, they get mailed right to your doorstep. Obviously, some states may be a little bit more strict than others, but for most of the states, you pretty much could have anything that falls in that category as a CNR or Curion Relic have delivered right to your doorstep, which is unique for a person like me who enjoys collecting old school mil-cert, anything that's 50 years or older. The Colt SP1 AR actually fell on the CNR list, which is crazy. It fell actually this year. It just fell this past year. I think that the Colt SP1, which is the AR platform, fell on the Curion Relics list. So if they come down in price, I may try to grab one just to grab one, but who knows? I'll probably stick with some of the woody goodies. But anyway, on to the next shin. The next shin is competition, right? You see the 3-gun competitions, you see skeet and trap shoot competitions, and you have long distance competitions like the President's 100, stuff like that. Those will fall into that category. The fourth one is conservation, what I like to call conservation. That's more of your hunters. That's where your hunters would fall. Your big game, your dangerous game, your medium-sized game. I kind of say conservation for more the sport hunters because you kind of thin out the herd. Sometimes it'll be a little old or a little sick, so you kind of thin out the herd. So it kind of progresses the herd by eliminating the sick and the elderly in animal world. Some people may have some people may be a little more reserved about that. They may have their conflicts about that, but people hunt because they like to eat and people like to hunt. I don't judge anybody. You do what you do. And of course, there is recreation, like most of us do. I love shooting. I enjoy shooting. I get to the range as much as I can, although COVID I kind of took a little chill because of COVID, but getting back out there, getting some shooting in and having some fun. I'll be probably taking this guy out this Saturday to get some shooting in, and I'll have some footage for you then. Those are the basic shins, those categories right there. Usually those 5 categories, everybody falls into at least one of them, and some of them fall into all 5, right? There is a 6th shin of firearms ownership, and if you fall into this category, in my opinion, you don't need a firearm. You're not responsible enough or mature enough to have such beautiful tools in your possession. And that's called aggression. That shin is aggression. And the funny thing is, that shin is spelled differently from all the other shins. How unique is that, right? Those are the people who like to brandish their guns to kind of be intimidators, or want to be people who fall in the category of commit crime. Those are the aggressors. Those type of people you don't want to be around. The person who was soft as baby shit before they got the gun, now they think they're the baddest person on the planet. And the difference between a person who's soft as baby shit before they got a gun and after they get a gun is nothing except the fact that they got a gun. They're still soft as baby shit, right? You don't want to fall in that category because that category can either land you in 2 places, either jail or the morgue, right? So you don't want to be aggressive with your firearms. They're more for defense, although a lot of us do go on offense, but usually, in my opinion, firearms are made for defense, to keep people off of you, to protect you and yours from aggressors, not to become one, right? So bear that in mind. So hopefully I broke it down a little bit that you explained. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. You can hit me on YouTube. You can hit me in a comment, or you can follow me on Instagram at gunandahookah.com if you haven't already done so. And shit. Goddamn roaches. Fuck. Oh shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm back. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. A little bit of education going on there. Take what you can get out of it. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. That's how the whole joint goes. That's all I got. Gun. Ruger Red Hawk Alaskan 454 Casull. And of course, the hookah. Gun and the hookah? Oh shit. Motherfucker is a beast. Got you, piece of shit. Out.